A little bit of length never hurt nobody.
I'm sure for your big ass mids, it probably just doesn't fit that well. The worst shotgun ever made. Damn, you're pretty strong, bro. Damn, look at this guy. No. And it's got like the goth girl like nose rings and stuff.
I'm into it. Ooh, welcome back to Classic, guys. Jason here. Just got done doing the KS3 video. Absolutely solid. Can't wait for you guys to see that. But enough with that. Mike said he wants to show us something. He said it's Armory. His Armory. That's should be interesting. Let's go check it out.
This is one for you just to have a good time with.
Oh shit.
This is an actual FA. This is Belgian made, and that's all real.
So pause. You said a stupid gun.
No, this is just cool.
Yeah, this is cool as shit.
Yeah, no. We're just showing some cool stuff off at this point. This is Grand Thumb's Armory Hour.
Welcome to Cribs at MTV.
Cribs. Done. Actually, people will be really, really stoked. Actually, we got a really cool one behind you. We'll talk about that in a sec.
But this thing's awesome, man. Oh, okay. This thing's awesome.
Man, take a look at the receiver mark. I'm a slut for receiver markings.
See that? Jeez, man.
So these were the early ones that were imported, FN made. This is the Match 308 barrel.
Right.
And we have it configured like the early British rifles, and just gorgeous, man. They're not the most accurate rifles, but an FN FAL is cool.
Yeah, what did he call them? The right hand?
The right hand of the free world, yeah. That and the G3. We'll give it to the FAL. People got really mad when I mentioned the G3. I'm like, well, the G3 also is given that moniker.
Yeah, something about an FAL just speaks now. Absolutely. This thing's awesome, man.
Yeah, right here, right behind you. This guy right here. This was designed and built by some very cool people over at the Fort Bragg Museum.
Oh, look at that.
And that is an exact, or as close as we get, exact replica of Gordy's rifle.
Wow.
So correct pin size, correct mounts, correct light placement, correct slings, correct pouch down to the custom make of it. Pretty neat.
Like, I'm gonna have to be honest with you. This one is wow.
Fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have the old M1Ds right here.
Yeah.
The original 5000. So we went all off of the original photos. By we, I don't mean me. I mean the curators at the museum. Because it was back in the day, it was magwell grip, right?
Yeah.
So it was magwell grip on this guy, hence the light placement right here and everything. So pretty neat. These are just cool rifles. A little cool piece of history.
This is real, really, really cool.
The biggest thing was the rear receiver contour, because those have changed a lot in the intervening years since the 90s. So being able to get the original receiver contour was a big thing to make sure that we get it correct, or they could get it correct.
Right.
They really put a lot of love into this, down to the types of pins used. As you can see, these aren't the normal ones. These are the ones that were correct for the original builds.
Wow, this thing's really awesome, man. This is a piece of history right here.
Dude, you just can't, it's just so cool. It's like, you see the evolution of special operations rifles, especially in this, like, this is not that many spaces removed from, you know, the SOTMOD Block 1 to the SOTMOD Block 2. It's the same concept all the way through, just a little bit older tech. But man, how cool is that shit?
I feel like it should be black box, like shadow box, and put a sticker on that says "break in case of tyranny." Like, this is
Like,
awesome.
Break in case of Somalia acting up again or something like that.
Not talking fraud. There you go. But man, this thing's really awesome, man. Wow.
I would say that's probably one of the coolest rifles that we have, and we don't show it off much because we're really trying to get that video right. And I'm like I get really obsessive about making sure on these kind of special guns I just get it right. Well, like the URGI probably took me 3 years before I finally delved into it, because I served with the URGI. I loved it so much.
Right.
You know? So
there you go. And you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. So.
yeah, you know, once you kind of make these videos, they're set in stone. You know, it's like a little piece of history of, you know, my experiences, John's experiences, when because we had John in the video as well. It's a little snapshot of what was going on at the time. So it's really cool in that respect.
That's awesome.
This thing, fucks.
I feel like I don't even want to hold it.
Yeah, you gotta, you gotta, man.
This thing's awesome, man. I'm gonna hand this one back to you, right?
Dude, go ahead and put it right there. If it falls, you pay for it.
Oh well, guess what? Company card.
Oh, then we had the worst gun ever made.
Which one? Oh, the spot.
The worst shotgun ever made.
Clever girl.
Clever girl.
Yeah, this thing sucks. Have you played this Foss before?
Not
Oh my god, dude. So
Yeah.
these are. Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so bad, dude.
I shot skeet with them once.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Jesus. So they're cool, but loading it is such a pain in the ass. Switching between modes is such a pain in the ass.
Right.
You gotta hit a depress lever in order to unlock the to load it. It is cool that you can change from semi-auto to pump and stuff, but largely kind of useless because you find the semi-auto guns, if they don't have enough power, you just cycle the charging handle, so it's not that big of a deal.
Right. So yeah, like
Wow, shoulder that thing. Come on, dude, shoulder it. That stock feels nice against your cheek, doesn't it?
It does.
No, it doesn't.
no, it does. I'm serious. I don't.
It's just
Metal.
Yeah,
Piece of metal. It reminds me of the Uzi stock, like how
it does. Yeah,
It's,
they're cool. So let's see on this guy. So switch it to you just push it forwards, unlock it, get into semi-auto, and then pull it back to get into pump.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's a very simple switch, but once it's on, let's see here.
There's so much going on.
So here's the thing: once we're in pump mode,
Right.
and you pump it back, it is kind of stuck in that semi-auto mindset. So you can't just cycle it forward once you're in an empty mag. You actually have to hit the magazine release in order to.
Oh wow.
So it's quirky.
Okay.
It's weird.
Okay.
But Jurassic Park,
Terminator.
Terminator.
Any other?
Black Ops 1.
Yeah, the Italians, and just in general, you know.
Scoozy.
That's Italian.
There is a good way. So we don't have the hook on it right now, but with the hook, you could like really easily one-arm that guy. Try one-arm. Kind of. How strong are you? Damn, you're pretty strong, bro. Damn, look at this guy. Now.
Carrying one of these definitely takes a little bit of confidence, but what about that confidence and peace of mind after the fact, after you possibly get into an engagement? That's where CCW Safe has you covered. We're talking about their expert legal staff and also their critical response team in case you actually do need them to actually come to you in your time of need. Coverage doesn't just stop there. They've got you during and after action on your case whenever you need them, with also that peace of mind to know that you're backed by the blue. And we're talking about backed by the blue. We're also talking about former local and federal officers, along with former prosecutors who know the system inside and out to help you with your case in time of need. Let's talk about Steven's case in this instance. If it wasn't for CCW Safe, he could have really went down for murder one. His case was successful due to their expert staff like Don Wester, National Trial Counsel, to also let you know that whenever you are in pinch, they've got you covered just like they had Steven. They're not like their competitors, they're not an insurance company, and they've got your back, which actually holds weight in this industry. So head on over to CCW Safe, check out which coverage is right for you, and get covered today.
We got some other cool things here. So I love showing off kind of our weird guns. So this is my favorite one. This has been a grail gun of mine forever, and I was able to get one. You familiar with this? Ooh. It's okay if you're not. That is an LR300. So it's one of the early kind of piston-driven AR conversions that was made. This was made very popular in early SWAT games and some more modern games.
Right.
But it never quite took off because it has a very kind of complicated takedown procedure in order to clean it.
Right.
But this is the most iconic and probably the best-looking rifle. If you played Killzone back in the day, they modeled their rifle off of the fore end of this guy right here.
Wow, okay.
They're just cool guns, man. The LR300 was for the range you want people to be able to engage it with. So a lot of people nowadays look at it and go 300 black, but it's actually LR300 stands for a 300-yard engagement distance.
Wow, okay.
These are cool. You guys familiar with this guy right here?
Video games.
Yeah,
That's
video
the
games.
reason.
Yeah,
Counter-Strike, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Killzone and SWAT 4 and all that. It's just, I'm a huge nerd, dude. I just I love this gun.
Wow.
But I mean, look how, like, you don't get this anymore.
Yeah.
You don't see pressed sheet metal used nearly as much in guns, but it's an excellent way to get rid of heat. I really wish, I mean, Voltor still does.
Yeah.
Kind of, that's their bread and butter, but I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah, it does. And it still gives you plenty of rigidity too, so.
Plenty. It's actually a fairly accurate rifle.
Right.
I fucking love this thing, dude.
This thing's awesome, man. I want to see how the like takedown is when it comes to like.
So it's very odd, man. So I don't want to do it right here, but there's a little retention pin right here. And once you're able to depress that, you can pull out the tube essentially.
Okay.
But it's still locked, and you have to disengage. It's like really small pieces for disengaging the piston from the bolt carrier group.
Okay.
So it's just a real pain in the ass, man.
But it looks good though.
It does, and quite frankly, it doesn't really get that dirty. It is a true, short stroke, almost medium stroke gas system.
Right.
So you really only ever just kind of putting lube down the barrel and stuff. But man, I wish it was a little easier to clean.
I like it though. It feels good though. Does it feel good?
Yeah, you feel like you want to. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not even heavy.
Nope. Don't think he wants to stop.
I know that word. How tall are you? 6'3". Are you?
Yeah.
Just asking. Oh, Delisle.
Yes. Okay. Now you're gonna have to school me on this one.
Okay,
because-
Delisle is a very cool, we'll say carbine rifle.
Okay.
So you took an Enfield during World War II, and it was converted with this giant ass suppressor for use by early clandestine agencies during World War II. Now, of course, stock pouch, you know, that's my own little mention. But use modified 1911 mags, fired 45. Being subsonic, it was a very quiet rifle.
Right.
So they're just very cool. They're just super quiet. It's a little piece of history. They're used throughout World War II and then well into the Vietnam era, and just unique, man. I mean, the Enfield's already a really cool rifle, but that kind of elevates it a little bit.
This is cool. I mean, especially for technology being back then, this was used for like uber spooky stuff behind enemy lines and stuff like that. Of course, getting wet work, city. All
Yeah,
that.
whether it be smoking Japs or Germans, you know, either or. Krauts, what's a good derogatory name for Germans?
Yeah, we're gonna stick with Krauts. This thing's absolutely awesome though, bro. Heavy.
Yeah, very
Chonker.
heavy.
It's a
I mean,
chonker.
the suppressor tech is old, you know, and it's got like the goth girl like nose rings and stuff.
I'm into it. I'm into it. Continue.
This is probably the best DMR currently out there.
That's my favorite gun in your collection.
So Seagate Precision SP10.
Yep.
Military version. You guys familiar with it?
Yep. We actually featured one of these.
Oh, very, dude. And you know how ridiculous. This is the most accurate rifle we probably
Hands down.
Yeah, well, somehow a gas gun. Good God, these are so good. And these are the KGM contract suppressors and everything. And
This thing's awesome, bro.
yeah, you already know about it. Give me that back. You already know about it. Okay. Next one. You ever seen a Colt monitor?
Actually, no.
This is auto.
That's heft.
This Smoke Bonnie and Clyde, well, not this specific one, Colt monitor in general. So it was actually lent out. And so after the shooting, when they did the recreation with the people who actually shot Bonnie and Clyde, they were seen with World War I BARs.
Okay.
So everyone assumed it was a BAR that was used, but it was actually because they had to return the monitors to the FBI.
Oh wow.
So they actually did use monitors. But anyhow, monitor, it's a shortened BAR with a giant cuts compensator in the end, and it doesn't recoil. But the problem with it is you went deaf. So they stopped using them because they were so loud. But these are cool, man.
This is awesome. And first of all, ooh, my hand can't fit that, but it's all good.
Yeah, this was made for people in the 1900s, very tiny people.
Tiny problems.
But I mean, let's go ahead and pop out that mag. All right, so we're on auto. Go ahead and pop it over to auto. Go ahead and feel that bolt drop.
How you dripped on the bolt?
This first part, it's an open bolt machine gun. Yeah, just imagine Bonnie like, you bitch.
Take this too, Clyde.
So they sell the original vehicle on display.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they do. So you can see all the bullet holes. So when we did our own test, it looked just like it. But what's really cool is the first shot killed Clyde immediately. It was one of the guys panicked and fired and blew his head open, right? So then the rest of them opened up on Bonnie. So it was so violent that it actually like partially severed part of her hand, arm, et cetera, et cetera. But when they went to embalm her right after, there's so many holes in her body they actually couldn't keep the embalming fluid in. Wow. Take that, you bitch. Shit, they were terrible people, dude. Everyone's like, yeah, crime. I'm like, they killed people indiscriminately. They stalked.
This is crazy.
You have Colt monitor, man.
Yeah, man.
How quick are you reloading this thing? Come on, dude. We also have World War I BAR. I love the BAR, obviously.
that.
And these are just cool.
Yeah, this is awesome, man. Pieces of history, bro. This
Piece of history. Yeah, and you could see that they had this extended handguard because these things got so fucking hot when they fire.
Right.
So the idea was you could grip it lower and not get some of the heat onto your hand.
Got you. What are these bleed off holes here just for relieving pressure?
Yeah, so the one thing that we do have to realize is that this was converted off of an Ohio ordinance, BAR. So actual Colt monitors, the actual R30s that you see, are incredibly rare. So I'm actually not particularly sure if there are bleed off holes on the original R30s, but with newer tech that you see from Ohio ordinance, you do have a much more efficient gas system.
Okay.
Now, pop quiz for you. What weapon is still in service today that uses almost the exact same recoil mechanism from the BAR? flipped upside down.
Modus, right? No.
M240.
M2.
Oh!
Yeah.
The M240 is that flipped upside down.
I'm clicking.
Oh my God, yeah, I just see that now.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so the M240 is very much so a descendant in many ways of the BR. Now the M240 is an incredible weapon.
Right.
Yeah, but very close. I love that little
I just learned something new today.
Did I teach you something new?
Totally something new.
That's hard to do.
That's what's up, bro. That's
That rhymes.
I am stupefied right now. That's awesome. Ah.
Now we'll get the World War I down because these are cool. So these were actually used well into World War II, especially by the Marines in the Pacific.
Right.
So you can clearly identify the World War I variants by the handguard. That's the biggest thing. The handguard is extended out, comes over the top of the barrel, and you have this small amount of checkering in the middle. The flash hider is just a piece of sheet metal, essentially. So you have very abbreviated. But the best part about the BAR is the sights. There were the original wing sights, and these are actually way better than the A2 variant, which is what was used during World War II.
Okay.
So you still see a lot of photos of Marines in World War II using the World War I version. Super cool.
That is pretty dope. That's, coming in here, it's like, did I come to a museum?
You know, the museum curator just was
A cool dude. Cool. We'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that.
I'll leave it at that. Cool dude.
So those your favorite?
Definitely the monitor. The monitor was a Grail piece forever, and Dan Block actually built this one. He still builds monitors. Quite old at this point, but he's a beast. It was just so hard to source the parts, to get the whole thing blued, to get everything. They also have dust covers on these original R30s and stuff, and it was just cool. It's been a Grail gun forever, so it's really cool getting my hands on building my own little R30.
I feel like I should wear like white gloves on that.
No, dude, this is an Ohio ordnance converter. We shoot the shit out of this thing, don't we, buddy?
Oh yeah, dude.
Shit, okay.
I know they're oohing and on over your 10 mil MP5.
Oh, the 10 mm MP5 is cool. Yeah, go ahead and grab it. That thing's very cool. Okay. 10 millimeter MP5. Obviously, there's nothing better than 10 millimeter, right? Well, that actually wasn't true. The FBI found that out the hard way. But so we have one. This one was built by Dakota Tactical off one of the original parts kits. These are the original 10 millimeter magazines right here. So they're kind of semi-translucent. And if you compare it to like a UMP mag, they're very, very similar.
Very close.
And I think that's kind of the coolest thing when it comes to firearms is looking at that evolution. Right? Because I love being able to look at this and being like, okay, this came out not too many years before the UMP, but you can see the distinct design choices that were made on the 10 millimeter MP5 that led to a lot of the choices that were carried over to the UMP.
Right.
I think that's super cool.
That is pretty cool.
What's really cool about the 10 mil is this is the first time that we have a bolt release. So when you hit it, you can hit that bolt release, and that's so much better compared to most MP5s that you see. But
why didn't they carry that over into the 9-minute version?
so I've actually talked to James Williamson about this quite a bit, and it had to do mostly with the size of the receiver.
Okay.
It just wasn't possible. Also, it had to do, there would have to have been a redesign of the magazines, redesign of the followers. Ultimately, is it that big of a deal?
The juice wasn't worth the squeeze.
Exactly. Ultimately, the MP5 was perfectly fine with what it had, but it's still a very cool little piece of kind of developmental history.
That's it. This thing's really awesome, man. And this optic is actually
Yeah.
cool too.
Oh yeah, the old school
Bushnell.
Bushnells.
Yeah.
This one's auto as well. This one's super fun.
I like that.
Yeah, this one sits on our SOT. I felt like I had to have this one auto if we're gonna do it.
Yeah. Only way to do it, man. Civilized.
Very civilized. If you have an SOT, it's very easy to do that kind of stuff. Just cross your T's, dot your I's.
That's very true. Love the MP5, of course, in 10 mils. Just
Of course, yeah. The
Solid
MP5's incredible. Did you see our grenade launcher amount we made for the MP5? My company.
Oh.
Pretty neat.
Oh.
We did like a whole little video on that, but it's not as cool. I'm obsessed with Half-Life. You ever played that game?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Like you like Half-Life?
Yes. Come on now.
Okay, then name something from Half-Life.
Come on, bro. What do you want? Do you want the MP7 that I actually like to use?
That's Half-Life 2.
I'm talking about the original. Okay. Well, first of all, let's come on now. Come on.
Name one character from Half-Life.
Oh my God. Okay. One character.
He doesn't like Half-Life now. I would have taken Gordon Freeman. I would have taken a scientist.
Oh my God. Any
Come on, you're fucking
scientist.
killing me.
Sorry.
So this was a mount that we made based off of the older MP5 mounts that you saw from like, goodness, the name of the company is is away from me right now. But yeah, we just got updated and made a little modern version to mount a grenade launcher. It's an actual 40 millimeter.
Yes.
And that one's also auto.
That's awesome, man. This thing's, first of all, you would think this would be heavy, but it's actually not. Well, of course, it's empty, but still.
It's just like, you know, either they get the 9mm or they get the
40 might bite.
40 millimeter. It's quite the combo.
Thunk to the chest. There you go. This thing's really awesome, man. First of all, shout out. Oh, look at that EOTech.
Oh yeah, old school. I believe those were the what model is that? That's the. Somebody's gonna get it.
532?
No. It's.
512?
No, it's not the, no. 512 is like the
Large
large
one.
one.
Oh,
Because these use the N-type batteries.
511. 511.
Is that the 511?
I think so. It's the same one that I have on mine.
Yes.
Same thing as on the ACR.
Okay, neat. Yeah, they're hard to get.
Yes.
For some reason, I love the look of them though.
Yeah, they're real cool.
And then I like hoard and sell batteries.
Okay. That makes sense. I would.
Does it?
It makes sense.
Thanks for making me feel bad. That was
Bro, you can't
crazy.
crazy. So like, let's be real.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not like I was crazy, but
Nah, man, you're not crazy. Yeah. This thing's awesome, man. First of all, shout out that Onward.
oh yeah,
We got some cool stuff.
Oh, we're always working on coming out with cool stuff. We have like a mount that was originally working on to mount like a grenade launching sight there. It's a longer screw right there, but we don't talk about that right now.
Okay. A little bit of length never hurt nobody.
This is probably one of my favorite. This is an original Musoc that was built by Valor Precision.
Okay.
So he's one of the original United States Marine Corps armorers who built the Musocs. So this was off their frames and slides. This was blued on their tanks at Quantico.
Cool.
As close as you get to an issued Musoc with the original MR11 rail, and they're just cool. So if you didn't know, they took like Springfield slides, but then they built them all custom. As you can see, I've been shooting the fuck out of this.
Yeah.
I love these, dude.
This thing's awesome.
Musoc is a cool handgun. Like they're so good. Compared to the M45A1, it's not even a competition. Like the Musoc destroys that thing.
Talk to me about this rail. Then.
Yeah, so the MR11 is a bolt-on rail that fits through the slide stop.
Okay.
And then allows you to mount a light or whatever. And so obviously original 1911s didn't have the rail dust cover. And so this allows you to do so. Because it's so kind of wide right here, you have to have custom holsters that were made by Safariland for them.
Okay.
I've hoarded like 10 of those because
Of course.
it's like if you have like one, it's like you have zero.
Right.
You have two, that's like
Come on.
half. But if you have 10, it's like
Yeah, Bolton.
that's it. That's it. So Musoc is probably one of my favorites. And then, so I collect Musocs, and then I also collect Browning High Power. So we have high powers. I have like, I think I just recently posted a bunch of my high powers. Grab one of my favorite ones out here. This one's done by Mark III. So Mark III, Browning High Power. This was done by Mark III Firearms with the Heine sights. And these are just beautiful handguns.
First of all, one of the most like underrated handguns ever, in my opinion.
You know, people forget that the Browning High Power was kind of equivalent to what the 1911 was in America. So Browning High Power and the CZ75 both were extremely popular everywhere but America. So almost every country adopted a Browning High Power. Almost every these serve everywhere, from whether it be from Israeli intelligence to the United Kingdom to Australia to Canada. They all adopted the Browning High Power. So when you bring out a Browning High Power, you can hear one of two things. Oh, I served with that, cool. Or what, that is the biggest piece of shit, because it's like the Beretta 92 for us. But they are just the coolest handgun.
Yeah, this thing's awesome. And they're super accurate too for what folks. If you know, you know, then I love it. It feels good in hand. And to me, that actually shoots better than a 1911 for me. That's just my 2 cents.
9mm is a little bit easier to kind of control. And these guns are so svelte, you know, they're so thin and small that it's so easy to kind of get a grip. So actually on my Browning High Powers, I usually do some type of palm swell.
Okay.
Because otherwise the grip's like it's even a little too small for me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure for your big ass mids, it probably just doesn't fit that well.
Actually, you know what? Believe it or not, it actually fits very well.
The other really cool handgun, this one took me forever to get. So the Mark 23 is cool, obviously, right? We all love it and know how cool it is. But the hardest part was getting the Wilcox Neck Stalker. These things cost $15,000 to get this little laser unit, but I really wanted to get the original unit for our review. So we haven't done the review yet, but we have the whole kind of gun complete. We also added a few more flares to it, but Mark 23 is a very cool. And then the Wilcox Night Stalker, these old school light lasers are just so cool.
Just remember, they wanted to replace your M4 with one of these. So
Probably not the best idea.
No,
But
not at all.
You look at this, you think Solid Snake, you think all these like these cool pieces of cinema and of video games. Like there's nothing quite like it. Now I don't have the original Knights because I refuse to pay $13,000 for a suppressor. But despite that, we're pretty close.
and I could talk to somebody for you.
If you want to, man. I won't. Here's the problem. A lot of people have it, but very few people want to do what I want to do, which is actually shoot it.
Okay, well,
We like to document things for history. From the N94 to this stuff, we like to shoot it to be able to, because they're not going to be around for that long.
Correct.
Everything has a shelf life. So it's like we have such good capture equipment in terms of audio and video. It's like, let's capture it for these future generations because there's going to come to be a point where these weapons no longer function. So get them while you can, show them while you can, because it will be a cool piece of history in the future.
Yeah, this is really cool, man. First of all, again, now this gun, believe it or not, is actually too big for my hands.
Dude, that gun is too big. People are like, oh, work out more. I'm like,
Nah, man.
bro, it's a handgun.
Yeah, it's a handgun. This thing is huge, though. Like, it's absolutely a chonk.
I mean, the USP is literally just the Mark 23, but good. It's true. It hurts, but it's true.
That stings a little white.
But it's true.
It's true.
It's true.
100%.
Yeah, that thing's just way too big. But I would say these are some of the coolest handguns I own. They're all kind of an interesting developmental step in firearms technology. The 1911, obviously one of the first really good semi-automatic, magazine-fed, service weapons that did really well. The Browning High Power, much the same. The Mark 23, one of the first firearms that passed one of the most insane torture tests known to mankind, which has kind of become a staple nowadays. So these are all these cool developmental steps in firearm tech.
Right. You've got it all here, man. I mean, this has been like...
We try to have like a really good a baseline of firearms, because that way when we're doing reviews, we can pull stuff out and be like, here's its predecessor, here's its successor, here's how these developed. Because I think that's interesting, or at least to me, it's interesting.
No, it's good, and everybody appreciates that. The Zapdom we all dive into, that, especially you dive in crazy.
I think it's fun, and there's always going to be more that you can go into, right? You can always go deeper into a firearm, but we try to balance it with making it interesting and going about it as in depth as I typically go. So I think it does well. That good
Humor, too.
Sometimes the humor is good. Sometimes people get pissed about it, but you know what? I'm having a good time.
Time to argue with their moms, not you.
There it is.
But yeah, I mean, if you get me started, Sawyer knows this, but I could talk about this stuff forever because I'm so obsessed with firearms and history and stuff. Ask my fiance, dude. Like, I talk about history and firearm history, especially, just ad nauseum. Like, she has a joke. I'll be like on my phone, I'll just like throw it down, run over, because I have like this little library of different historical firearm books, and I'll just like start ripping books out. I'm like flipping. She's like, "What are you looking for?" I'm like, "Receiver markings. They changed the receiver marking on this. When the hell did they do that?" Because it's interesting. It's cool, and it's what interests me. So that's all. Here I am.
Well, guys, as you can see, my mind is still like exploded from me. Mike has definitely brought out the red carpet for us. This is absolutely awesome. And brother, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate you guys coming out. I want to give a shout out to the guys over here at Classic Firearms, because my neck flared up super bad. I broke my neck in the military, so we weren't able to do nearly as much as we wanted. But they have been wonderful and gracious in helping, just flexing with it. And you guys have been wonderful. So thank you so much. And let's get some more going in the future.
Let's do it, bro.
And what I want is just
Okay.
like a bathtub,
Okay.
but 8 points.
Okay.
Which aim points?
8.1000s.
Okay, you're asking a lot.
I know. Aimpoint doesn't like me. I'm like, do you still have this? They're like, no, Mike, it's been out of production for 40 years. I'm like,
Yeah.
but do you have like a cap? I just need a cap.
Okay. The best I got is acros.
Everybody's got acro. They can't even give that shit away. I'm just kidding.
His are broken. It's better.
The first, remember when Steiner came out with their acro competitor? That was the first time I had an optic broke. It just broke on max setting. So whenever I put a battery in, it's just max setting brightness Steiner.
In case you guys don't know about them, they actually look like, what's that character from Apex Legends?
Oh.
The
robot.
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder.
So there you go.
go. Shout out MRS. Or MRD. There you go. So, yeah, guys. It's been real fun here, man. Of course, we're in the Armory here. Oh, the trench gun.
The original one for the video.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. If I feel like I'm... Where's the sword?
Right behind it. It's actually, it's right there. If you want it, you want me to attach the bayonet to it?
I just remember the famous quote of, you know, when the shotgun, when you run out of ammo, just
Yeah, well,
stab
the
it.
idea was, it's actually very simple. It was, what if we attached a shotgun to our sword? And that's how the shotgun came out. They're like, well, we have a cool sword, let's throw a shotgun on it too.
Love it.
So the actual focal point is the sword. Shotguns is kind of an afternote. Can you imagine just stabbing a crowd on the ground, just pumping like 2 rounds into them, stepping on them to pull the bayonet out, and
I would have done that. There's
there's actually not a whole lot of evidence that these were actually used that much in World War One.
Really?
Very little.
Okay.
The shells at the time would swell with water. There's not really that much evidence. World War II, oh yeah, Pacific Theater. My grandpa talked about that a lot. Is that a good note to end on?
Absolutely. And with that note, guys, we appreciate your business. God bless. And we'll see you again later.